Hi, this is the exacttrades.com Shakers Report for July 27th, 2011. Hope you all had a good day yesterday. Our picks in the Movers and Shakers Report for yesterday, we were 7 for 8, so not too bad. Hoping to get a few more trades in. So let's take a look at the S&P 500 here. You can see that we had a pullback. Still wants to hold above that 133 mark, so we'll be watching it today to see if we can hold above that, possibly move back up in the top end of this channel. Going to have some resistance around 134 and then 134.50 area, so it could stay again in this channel. If we break this 133, could be 132 and possibly low to mid 131s, so look for more to the short side. If we break through that 133 and how we act, we could get trending down. Look for a solid bottom and a solid base before you start to get more with the longs. So let's get into today's trades. First we have PRGO, Perigo. You see here how it's been pretty strong even with the market pullback. Having some consolidation here just under this 94.70 area. So we're going to look to take this long over 95, and your target is going to be 96. So take some profit there, leave about a half to a third of your position for a push over 96, and then take some more off around 96.50 and then possibly 97. You also want to make sure that you have strong volume over this break. If it breaks with weak volume, pass on it. It's probably going to turn and fail, and you might even consider a quick short on it. So something to look out for. Next we have FTNT. You can see here how we had the gap down about 5 sessions ago, pulled down to this 20 and had a pretty large bounce off of the 20 up around 2150, 2160 area, and really been pulling back ever since to that 20 range. Yesterday's session, again, we tested it just about 20, bounced, closed at 2069. So we're going to look to take this long over 2090. First profit's going to be 2110 to 2115 area. Leave some on until 2135 to 2150. 2150 is really going to be the upper edge of your target range. You can see back here you got some resistance here around 2150. Leave a small piece, could push into 22, but I'm thinking it's going to have pretty strong resistance between this 2150 to 2180 area. Next we have Tenaris, it's TS. Had a strong day yesterday, pushing up through the resistance levels. Basically we're looking for a continuation day. We're going to take this long over 47.85. Going to look to take profit around 48.30 to 48.40. So in this area here, take your first profit. You're going to have some pretty strong resistance between 48.60 to 49, 48.90 area. So look for that to be the upper edge of your range. If it does get up in here and starts to consolidate, look to try to keep a small piece. It could break above that and have a nice run for maybe another 1 to 2%. So just keep an eye on this 48.80 to 49 area. Next we have MCP. You can see here how we broke above the previous resistance here and here. Had a strong day yesterday in the session and had just a minor pullback to close the day. We're going to look to take this long over 65.15. So right about in here in this area, 65.15. Target's going to be 66. And then leave some into the 66.60 area. That's where you're going to start to see a resistance, between the 66.15 to 66.60 area. Leave a piece open, possibly could get into 68. MCP can move, so if it can push through these levels right here, in this resistance level, we could see a test of this 68 area. Probably going to have trouble at 68. You have a lot of resistance here previously, but in here is still going to be plenty of profit for you. Next we have Riverbed, RVBD. You can see here how we had the gap down into support, had the low here, and then also had the previous low here, and really just been weak down in the support level. Now this is one that I'm leaning towards the short side, but if you get a chance and it's strong and we have a strong day in the market, it could actually turn into a long. So this is one that could get some momentum either way. Initially I'm looking for a short. We're going to look to take this short below 30.50. So right around in this area. First profit target's going to be about 30.15 to 30. So in that range, when you see it start to have a little bit of a bounce, look to take some profit. Then see if you can make a new low below 30. 30 should show some pretty good support, but still that's going to be plenty of profit potential in that trade. Look to keep a small piece, especially if it has a weak bounce off 30, to break below 30 and make lower lows. So again, if this is strong and it breaks over 3165, 3170, you might consider a small long. Probably get it up into over 32, 3240 area. So I've seen these lately where they're at support level, trying to take it on the break, and then it bouncing and giving a really nice long. So just something to watch out for. Next is Energy, NRGY. Taking a look here, still pretty weak, just holding up above support level here. Looking at about 32.44. Going to look to take this short below 32.40. First profit's going to be at 32. Watch it come into 32. If it opens, down around 32.20, I'd pass on it. Wait to see it around 32, and I'd probably walk. So I would only take the short if it opened around this 32.50 area and then broke below 32.40. I'd take it into 32 and then leave about half of it to break 32, possibly get into 31.75 to 31.65 area. Next we have SPWRA. This was actually on the movers report for yesterday on a long off of 20. You can see how it actually ran up to 21 here, then ended up pulling back. Now we're going to look to see if this can break below 20. So I would take this short below 1990. So right about in here, take this short. First target's going to be around 1965 to 1960. And then leave a piece to see if it can come down into the low 19s, possibly 19 even. I think 1925 to 1930 is going to be a good target on this short if it does break 20. Next we have AKS. You can see here it had a big down day yesterday's session. Gap down, broke below support, opened around this 1475 area and came all the way down into this 1280. So we're going to look to take AKS short under 1270. So right around there. We're going to look for a continuation day down. So a lot of times when these have a big breakout or breakdown day, they usually are followed by a second day in the same direction. So we're going to look to take this short below 1270. First profit target's going to be around 1255 to 1250. So look to take profit around that 1250-55 range, then leave some to see if it can break below 1250. Possibly could come down into this 12 range. You can see how big this move was. Typically it has probably about a point on its good days. So, again, probably can come into 12, possibly could come below 12. When you get down into 12, leave a small piece again. See if it can break to a new low below 12. You should be fine. Next we have LPS. Actually took this short yesterday during the day on the break below support. Only came down a little bit. I'm waiting for it to really start to hit some stops and start to clear out lower. I'm going to look to take this short under 1915, so about 10 cents below yesterday's close. Profit target is going to be around 1890. Then look to see if it can come into 1865 and possibly 1850. Doesn't have really that big of moves for today, so I wouldn't get too greedy on this, but still for $20 stock, I think you can get 2% at least out of it. Next we have Varian Med Systems, VAR. Again, you can see here we had a strong selling day. Came down below 69, broke this previous support here around 69.15 and closed at 68.57. We're going to look for a continuation day down below the previous day's low. We're going to take VAR short under 68.40, so right around there. First target's going to be 67.80, so look to about 67.80. Watch it at 68. You might get a bounce at 68. It's okay to take a little bit of early profit or just tighten your stop. Really to reduce your losers and increase your gainers. Reduce your risk. Watch that, especially if we see a rally or some buying in the market and this gets a bounce off 68. Now if it has a weak bounce and it kind of goes sideways, look for it to break below 68. You probably get into that 67.80 to 67.75 area that we're looking for. Then leave a small piece to come down in the 67.30, 67.40 range. So, take it down in here, see how it does, watch the market, and then keep some to see if it can break down below. So that's the report for today. Good luck to everyone, and we hope to see you back here tomorrow.